Hello everybody, this is Alyssa from Main Carrots and Crafts, and this is Sushi, and today we are here to do an unboxing of a kit. I'm also going to work on this kit, so stay tuned until the end because you will see this finished because it's a tiny little snack. So this right here, this is a canvas from Jaded Gem Shop. So Jade is in the process of switching to a new supplier or new manufacturer. And one of the things that she's trialing is seeing, is it worthwhile to have kits drop shipped from the manufacturer, cost, all of that fun stuff, and also timeline for it. So she got this, sent this one my way. This is a super cute image. It's a small little snacky. There's going to be a few of us that'll be taking a look at these. So keep your eyes open and kind of see our takes, because some of us got round, some of us got squares. So this right here is called Lil Enchanted Princess, and it's the artist is Jaded. So Jade designed this herself. It's going to be a cute little princess, and it's a small little snack. So it's a 20 by 20 centimeter round drill canvas, and the whole goal is to kind of the whole goal of sending it to me was so that I could put the drills on it and see what it actually looks like with drills down. And she sent me rounds because she knows I am a round person. So there we go. We have the kit in the bag. I like this. Ooh, that's kind of cool. It actually comes in its own little bag like this. If they all come like that, I'm actually gonna like that, because that's one of those things that, because I don't store my small Jaded Gem Shop canvases in their boxes, I take them out of the box and put them in tubs. So this would keep it all contained, and I wouldn't have to keep trying to hunt. And then I can write the name on here if I needed to. So we're gonna take a look and see. So this is roughly a 22 by, okay. So this right here is going to be the canvas. So we're still gonna have sticker sheets, whole 9 yards. So we take a look at it. You can see a super cute little image. So we've got here canvas 22.2 by 22.5, artist Jadekins, and it's called Lil Enchanted Princess. There we have Jade's logo on the top, and then she still has her classic border around the edge, Jaded Gem Shop there, and you have your legend. This is a very tiny legend, so if you're somebody who uses a legend that is very, very tiny, I would recommend not necessarily putting the count on the legend and making it larger for people. I don't use the legend, so that's kind of a moot point for me. I have to say, the plastic cover, it's a nice thick plastic cover. So that's kind of one of those things that I do love. It's got that nice thick plastic cover. And we've got, let me see what the adhesive looks like. So really good adhesive, which makes me happy because I do not like poor adhesive on canvases. As you look, you can see it's got the serged poked edges. It's got the fleecy backing, but it's not a super creepy fleece backing. It's still a nice fleece backing, and it's actually got some, like, a little bit of stiffness to it. So if you set it up on the easel, it wouldn't like fold into, it wouldn't just kind of like crumple in on itself. So it's got some substance, which I like. All right, so now we're going to come over here. We do have the sticker sheet. So we're going to take a look at the sticker sheet. So you can see here, Jaded Gem Shop. You've got the image, which I always cut this out and put it in my logbook. And we have our colors. So this has 31 colors. One of the advantages of moving to this supplier and this new manufacturer is that this manufacturer does have more special drill options, and they actually create their drills in-house, which means that if it's a color they haven't done a special for, they can actually create it as a special. So it looks like this is going to have a ton of specials. We've got some crystals, we've got some glimmer, which are dust drills, we have some metallics, more glimmer and metallics. So we've got a variety of drills. You'll notice we typically do not see ABs in Jaded Gem Shop canvases that are hand charted, and that's because Jade dislikes ABs, so she tries to avoid charting ABs in there if possible. If you've ever wondered why on her pixel charted canvases you don't see ABs, that's typically why, because she doesn't like them. So she's like, I'm not going to put other people through the torture. But anyways, you can see here we've got the symbols right there. We're going to take a look at those in a second. It does come with a super basic toolkit. I don't know if this is something that she's going to maintain toolkits, because I know she normally has it where, like, if you want it, she'll include it. There is a pair of tweezers in here, not the super sharp ones, more of the blunt tweezers. And then you've got a pen, pad of wax, little tray, a couple multi-placers. And these are actually the thin plastic multi-placers, so the nice plastic multi-placers. So if I'm going to use a plastic pen, this is the multi-placer I would want for that plastic multi-placer for that. Because you can see the difference. Like, this is the standard fat multi-placer, which is not very easy to diamond paint with. So we're going to go ahead and put the toolkit off to the side, and we're going to take a look at the drills. So this is going to be our bag of drills, and one of the things that I do also really love about it is, look, it comes pre-kitted up in baggies. That makes me super happy. That's been one of the things that I suffer through because I love Jaded Gem Shop quality and I love Jaded Gem Shop artwork and canvases. So I've always suffered through the if you've ever kitted up a Jaded Gem Shop canvas, you know what I'm talking about, where you have to sort your drills first. So that way you can actually kit them up because of how the drills are packaged. So that's kind of one of those things that is kind of challenging. But we're going to see here, these are rounds and they are resin rounds. Jade is like, look at how pristine those drills are. You can see there's like one that has a tiny little hole in the top. And then we have one with like a little black thing. But look at how pristine those drills are. I'm not seeing any of like those convex, concave, whatever, caved in ones. So this is a 164. And I love the fact that it has the weight on it. That makes it easy for me to know. I don't have to refer to the sticker sheet to know which size container to put these in. So we have 164. I'm going to flip this around so we can take a look at the colors. Then we're going to have a 167. Ooh, that's really pretty. That 210, 320, 367, 368. I do like these greens. 369. I love that. Oh, so pretty gradation. 414, and the grays are gorgeous. 415. And then we have a 434. 950, 975, 3371. That's, I think, our darkest color. And as you look at it, I'm not seeing any like trash or anything in there, so that looks fantastic. I have a piece of cardboard on there. 3772, and then we have a 3866, and now we have our specials. So we have a crystal 208 right there. I'm going to put the crystals to the side. We have a crystal 322. Then we have a crystal 796. I can't wait to see what these look like on the canvas. There is a glimmer 209, and you can see there's that subtle glimmer coating, the dust coating on that drill. We have a glimmer or a dust 211 with that nice mica coating. We have a dust 318. I love a good gray dust drill. 445 dust, nice subtle yellow color. We have a 740 with the mica dust powder dusted onto it. A 741. So look at those. These are so pretty. Look at that. And then we have a 3827, that nice light blue. And then you come in here and we have a metallic 317. Ooh, that one's fun. My glasses are sliding down my face. We have a metallic 783. So basically a silver metallic, and then we have a goldish metallic. We have another glimmer, 3766, that beautiful blue. We have a 3826 glimmer. That one looks really pretty. A 3865 glimmer. And the last one is a metallic 3837. So that's where the specials are on the, or what the specials are on this canvas. So a good amount of specials in her to check out. That's like half the drills, I feel like. So we're going to flip this back around and we're going to kind of get an idea of where these would go. So we're going to take a look here. So this is going to be the outline. This purple metallic is going to be outlining her dress as we look right here. Here, outlining the skirt of her dress. That's going to be this metallic. And then we have our glimmer is going to be the white down here on the ruffles of her skirt. Also, the clouds are going to be that dust right there as well. So that's where we're going to see that dust. Then we have this one right here, this brown, which is actually going to be this path. It's going to be the path is going to be a dust drill. 3766 is actually going to be a good chunk of the sky. So this darker blue in the sky that you see, that's going to be this dust. We have another metallic. This is 783 metallic. This one is her crown. So that's going to be the crown right there on the top of her head and kind of accents into her bodice and her necklace and her earrings. That is that metallic. And our other metallic, 317, this metallic here is actually going to be part of our castle. So part of the border or the outline of our castle over here in the background. So this gray right here and right there is going to be that metallic. This dust 827 is going to be the other blue in the sky. So the entire sky is going to be a dust drill. And then we have a 741. This one is actually going to be a good portion of her hair. So that's going to be this inner color of her hair all throughout is going to be this color. And then we have 740. This is another yellow tone. This is going to be, let's see, that one is, oh yes, the metallic. We also have that copper metallic is also going to be the ruffles on her skirt. So this glimmer right here is going to be right here at the top. It's going to be kind of like the shadowed areas of her hair that we're seeing right throughout. So that's part of it. And then we have 445. This one is going to be kind of the stars. We have some stars in the sky over in here. Then we have a 318. This gray is going to be this dark color, the darker gray right here, and then the darker gray right here and right there. And then we have 211. This one is the center part of her skirt and the center part of her bodice, whatever you want to call it. And the 209, this one right here, is going to be this color right here. So it's going to be the outside panels and then the outline of her bodice, whatever you want to call it there. This one is going to be a regular color. That's that other purple. And our crystals, we have our first crystal, 796. This blue is literally the blue in her eyes. So it's not, you only have a couple drills that you're going to need for that one. And then we have our 322, which is also part of her eyes. So it's the lighter blue on the underside of her eyes. And our final one, this purple crystal, is going to be, let's see, this one is going to be the flag and the roof of the tower. And there's a little bit of an accent of it right in there. So that's where we're going to see these specials. So now I'm going to go ahead and work on this so I can give you guys my thoughts on working on this canvas. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to kind of like finish putting, I'm not going to bother kitting it up because it's going to be such a quick finish. I should finish this tonight and go from there. So I just need to wash my edges because that's what I like to do. Oh, let me see how much overspray. Okay, kind of the standard amount, like maybe, you know, like a 16th to an 1/8 of an inch of overspray with the glue. So not bad. But we're going to work on her and see what she looks like. I have to say, like, the symbol clarity, spectacular. And I like the fact that we have just small, we have the very, very subtle guide circles. And look at how tight that grid is. I think that's going to be a spectacular process to work on with that tight of a grid. You can see the circles are right next to each other. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out. So we will go ahead and work on it and come on back. I have officially completed her. She is done and she is so cute. I love the way she looks in the light. Like, look at that. Like, these rounds are spectacular quality. I really liked the quality of these rounds. I also really liked, like, you can see we've got some nice metallics in there. We have so many dust. Like, this is a nice subtle dust there, dust there, dust there. And then as we come up, we have this gray dust here, these silver metallics. We have that lovely purple crystal. We have dust in her hair. All of her hair is that dust. Some crystals in her eyes. Her jewelry is crystal and metallic. They look so good. Her crown is metallic, crystal, and dust. The clouds are dust. And the sky, the entire sky, both colors are dust. So that is the completion of her. She looks so good. I have to say, I really enjoyed the grid for this. So I used a 12 placer for a good chunk, all of the background stuff. I used my 12 placer as 12 placer for her dress, 8 placer for like the detail stuff, and then like 10 placer as like the in-between. But I was able to use the 12 placer and the placement was great. I didn't have to do like the weird squeedle, and look at how nice and tight that grid is. It's excellent. Also, I am not a perfect placer in any way, shape, or form. And you can see, like, this placement looks spectacular. There's a couple spots where you can see I kind of got my placement off, and you can kind of see a very tiny, tiny corner of the symbol underneath. But this is probably one of the, like, best placed kits that I've ever had, because that grid is spectacular. Absolutely spectacular grid. So I'm super pleased with the grid. I like the variety of specials that we had. A lot of the different specials in there. The quality is great. Like the, so the grid is great. The glue was a little slippery to start off with, but it was more of the slippery of, this is a brand new kit. It was just manufactured. The glue hasn't had a time to fully cure. So it was kind of like the slippery where if you leave the plastic cover off and come back in a few hours, it'll be good to go. It was that kind of slippery, but once the drills are down like this, I have no worries about the drills moving. They're in there solid. They're good to go. It was just a little bit of the slipperiness while placing them. And it wasn't so much while I was placing them. It would be like more, I would go to it would I would bump it with my finger and it would shift, they would shift because I press with my thumb or my pinky down on there. But the placement, it was not one of those things where they were frustrating to place or anything like that. It was just that very slight, fresh adhesive type of slippery. But otherwise, I am extremely pleased with the grid on this. I think that grid is excellent. It's a spectacular grid, and the way that it came out is just I'm just marveling at that, because I am not a perfect placer in any way, shape, or form. I am so not a perfect placer. I also have to say that there was remarkably little trash. I didn't bother picking out the trash for it, but I think if we look closely, there's a handful of drills on here, because I'm not one that cares about the trash so much. But you can see that one would be a drill that for people that don't do trash, they would pull that drill off with a little black speck on it. I might have another one or two of those with the black specks. But as you can see, there's really not trash in here. There was onesies and twosie drills. That one I probably should have swapped out. I will probably pull that one off and remove that drill with the hole in it. But realistically, I didn't pick out trash, and those are the only two trash drills that I would say ended up on this canvas. I had plenty of leftovers. I did not even bother kitting it up. I just worked out of the baggies because it was such a small kit. The plastic, nice, thick, good plastic, which is one of those excellent things to have. So I was really pleased with that. There were, and Jade knows about it, but there were a couple symbols that were a little similar and hard to do, but that was something that she didn't double check the symbols before she printed it. So she has even said that she knows that there were some issues with some of them. So it was more this arrow and that arrow were right next to each other. So that was a little tricky. And then of course you've got some of these carrots that are, the corners that are the different similar-ish colors, but not really. I would have to say all of the symbols were super clear except for this one. This house shape was hard to distinguish because it was placed next to this one. So it was hard to kind of tell the difference between that house and this one, since they were both a light brown. And it's the difference between the, let's see, it's the difference between this brown and this brown. Those two browns are those two symbols. But overall, as far as symbol clarity, super good, minus that one symbol. You can see I have plenty of leftover drills. I did not even bother kitting it up. I didn't even bother putting stickers on the baggies. I just said, okay, 3866, that's going to be right here, and that's the carrot. So I just went off of this instead of going through the time and taking the time to kit up the baggies. So that's what I did for that, but plenty of leftovers, and there really, like I said, there was really no trash. I was very pleased at the lack of trash in this. Also, how effortless it was to work out of these baggies. And I think I had maybe 2 of the 31 colors that ended up having static, but not even crazy static. The least amount of static I've ever had in a Jaded Gem Shop canvas. So that was spectacular. So overall, I am ridiculously impressed by this canvas. I like the fact that the canvas is a little bit thicker and a little bit more sturdy than what her previous manufacturer was, because now I didn't have to worry about, if I have it sitting up, is it going to, like I said, kind of collapse onto itself, especially if you're working on the bottom half, and I work on an easel, and then you flip it around and you're working on the other half, but all the drills are on the top. Usually it kind of wants to fold in on itself, but I didn't have any of that issue with this. So very, very much so, extremely pleased with this canvas and with the quality of it, and I'm super excited to be able to purchase more kits with the new manufacturer. And especially, I think one of the huge selling points for me, and what makes me extremely happy, is the fact that the drills are in the baggies like this. I don't typically work out of baggies when I am actually doing full-size canvases. I don't work out of the baggies, but when I work on a snack, it's great because they're in these baggies. Also, at the same time, I don't have to sit there and grab, a bag of 1,000 drills and then 2 bags of 100 drills and that are all the same color. It's so much more streamlined to kit this up. It would just be a matter of grab the bag, dump into a tray, add the sticker, move on, and versus the way that it normally is for kitting up Jaded Gem Shop canvases. So I'm really happy with this. I think this is a huge selling point. I love the thickness and the sturdiness of this canvas. Still super high quality, but and it's still super nice. And it's got that sparkly shimmery quality to it. Super pleased with the canvas quality. I absolutely love, 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 love the grid for it, spacing wise. I mean, like, I just can't get over how spectacular that spacing and that placement looks, because I am not a perfect placer. Like, I, in no way, shape, or form do I place perfectly at all. I am like slap and go, and I do not straighten drills. So this looks absolutely spectacular. Even like you can see all of like her face. The grid is the perfect tightness and perfect tension. It's not so tight that you feel like you're going to have drills popping off because there's too snug, but it's not like gappy where you can't multi-place. And I was using a 12 placer, like I said, for a lot of that. So I love that aspect. I love the variety of specials that we have on here. We have a lot of specials, a little bit in like some great metallics in there. The drills were pristine. I'm super, super pleased with the drills and the drill quality as well. Very, very little trash. I like, just even looking at the bags, I didn't even see a ton of trash in there. So I'm very pleased with the drills and the quality of the drills, and the fact that we don't have all the trash in there. Even as we look at the bag like this, there's very, very minimal to no trash in there. So I'm really pleased with that. And then the only thing that I would say complaint-wise that I had was probably some of the symbol choices, but that's more so on, you know, the software, and you can choose which symbols to use. So that was the only thing that I really had a complaint with, was some of the symbol choices on there. But as far as the actual canvas and all of the other aspects of it, the symbol clarity was spectacular. It was just, there were a couple symbols that I wasn't a fan of because they were similar to other ones. But otherwise, definitely highly, highly happy and highly pleased with the new manufacturer. And I mean, look at the quality of this in rounds. So stay tuned. There's some other people that will be showcasing the same kit. They will be doing it because there's a variety of a few of us that have it. Some of us in rounds, some of us in squares. So stay tuned for some of the people that have it in squares, so you can see what it looks like when it's fully finished and completed in squares as well. Because this was sent to me to do as a tester, so I could kind of test the quality and my thoughts and give my feedback to Jade. So that way she can know, okay, hey, especially because she knows I'm somebody who absolutely loves my rounds, and I'm like, all the rounds, give me all the rounds. And I have got to say, this is a definite win in my book as far as rounds. So super pleased with this. I'm really excited to see this change and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this video and seeing the completion of our little enchanted princess. And that's really all I have for you guys for today. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.